Okie dokie. I'm making part two of my job. Matters pertaining to my current job. Alright, so where did I leave off now? I was talking about all the harmful chemicals that I gotta use all the time, which is highly concerning, a very highly concerning matter to say the least. Besides all that, basically I would like to elaborate on other details, pertaining to my form of employment. It's just a very high demand position. It gets hectic and frantic, chaotic, I gotta cover the bottle room at times, I mean, back in the day, I had to cover it a lot, but these days, very little, unless I'm doing the later shift. But I usually do the mid shift or sometimes the early shift, which I'm doing tomorrow, by the way. Not looking forward to it. I'm not an early person at all. I gotta, literally yank myself out of bed when I'm doing the first shift. Yeah, but I mean, that's how it goes with my job, because it's, retail, it's grocery store, they say flexible hours when you first get hired there, but it's anything but. They have their demands. They want you to meet their demands in every aspect, in every sense of the word, They want you to be there when they demand you to be there, and they want you to cover a lot of ground, They want you to, you may as well run around or something, I mean, but then you'd get yelled at, for running around the store.
By Gene Harris.
So I don't do that. I mean, I'm a safety conscious type of individual. Back in the day, I had to cover the bottle room a lot. I was always getting called to do the bottle room, and then I'd be working in there. The bottle room's outside of the store, and I'd have people cart guys coming up to me and saying, "Oh, Rob, you got to go inside. There's a wet spill. And I'd be in the middle of helping customers in the bottle room, so it was ridiculously chaotic back in the day. I used to have meltdowns. I remember I used to freak out. I mean, I used to, I'd go in the warehouse and I'd just I'd yell, I'd vent, I used to do that kind of often. Now it's a rarity, I mean, I do it in a civilized manner. I don't knock shit over. I don't break shit. I've always been civilized about it, It's just I've had an insatiable need to vent many times in the past, but now it's yeah, I still feel like I need to vent, but not in a, loud, obnoxious kind of way, at all, really. Just feel like I have the need to talk to people, though. A lot of times I need to just fill people in on, the stresses, the demands, the unrealistic demands and excessive stresses that my job, puts upon me, It affects my well-being, and, it's just a lot of stress a lot of times, and I feel concerned a lot about that, So yeah, and I have these people, they just act spoiled, in these other departments. They act like I'm supposed to always go right to their department and ignore everything else. They don't understand how much I have on my plate. I have all these other demands I gotta meet. They always expect me to be, right there, pronto, right away, come to me, serve me, In the meantime, I'm trying to do everything, I have a lot of things, a lot of demands, a lot on my plate that I got to cover, you know. And people in other departments, they don't understand. They can't, you know. And I realize they can't understand. They just don't have that capacity to understand. You know, they can't relate. I know they can't, you know. I understand that. I realize they can't understand. You know, it's far beyond their comprehension of realization, you know. And, you know, it's just, I'm stuck, you know, with just a lot of burdens, you know, a lot of chaotic demands, you know, get called all the time. And, you know, now I get reprimanded and, you know, I feel like venting, but I've done that in the past, and I just find that it's best to just, you know, do it in a really subtle manner, you know, very subtle, you know. Try to keep as much as the cool, calm, collective thing going as much as I can, you know. Yeah, you know, I can't, like, get bent out of shape, you know, because then people will be able to call me out on it and whatnot, you know, and I don't need that, you know. I'm trying to do what I need to do, you know. I don't want stupid stuff to affect my future job opportunities, you know, because I know they're out there. It's just a matter of short time before I move on from this place, you know. You know, definitely thinking probably work in a gym would probably be really suitable. I've had people tell me that too, you know. Right now it's just horribly cold outside, and I've had the last couple days off, which is very rare. I very, very rarely get 2 days off in a row from my job. It's usually they'll have me off maybe like on a Monday and then a Friday, or either that or a Tuesday and a Friday. Or sometimes I'll just go periods of time where they only give me 1 day off during the week. And it could either be just, you know, Monday off for the whole week, or maybe just Tuesday off for the whole week, or maybe whatever, you know. But I always work Sundays, though, always. And I don't mind because it's time and a half, you know. And I don't make much of a wage either. Not much at all. It's under 10 an hour. I'll just say that. And minimum wage in New York is now 9 an hour. I don't make a whole lot over minimum wage, which is really sad. I started out at minimum wage when I started there, restarted there back in '09, because I worked for this place in the past as well. You know, in the years past, you know, I worked there in the late '90s actually, you know, and the early 2000s as well. You know, for relatively short periods of time, you know. And, yeah, like I said, when I restarted there in '09, it was November. It was just before Thanksgiving, I remember, and, you know, I was, like, pretty disgruntled about the pay, the really low pay. $7.25 an hour was the minimum wage at that time, and I felt like, you know, I should be making a lot more than this amount for all the work that I do, you know. And I still feel that way, you know. I feel like I should be at least at 12 an hour for all the work I do. Supposedly minimum wage is going to be 15 an hour in New York by the year 2021, which is 5 years from now. Yeah, so that's a ways. I don't think I'm going to, yeah, that's a ways down the road. I know 5 years goes fast, but still, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be working at this place that much longer, you know. I see maybe staying there till maybe November this year at the most. That will give me 7 years. Yeah. And that'll be more than enough time spent in that place, you know, because it's very demanding and stressful. You have to do the job to really understand what it's like, you know. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna cut it.